Anyway, okay, restart, I guess. Hello, good day to you all. Welcome to Realism, the podcast, a show that is passionate about the film world and all the universes within it. My name is Christian Spivey, and we are just catching up here. It's been a while since we've done an episode, but I just wanted to go through a couple things and give you kind of like a schedule for the remainder of 2023. First off, thank you so much to everyone who participated in our spooky season interviews. A lot of you were strangers, but if you're watching this, thank you. That literally was like the most fun I've had doing social media on for realism, at least. I took a survey a couple days ago, I guess prior to this video being posted. But thank you for everyone who participated and answered those questions. So we're just going to continue with the short term and long term content. It looks like that was about even. It looks like we're going to focus a lot on Instagram since most of our followers participate or really just watch through Instagram. And obviously, we'll still be posting on TikTok and YouTube Reels, and we'll keep posting the video podcasts on YouTube as well as Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. So if you don't have any of those, or you don't subscribe to any of the audio listening platforms, then it will be on YouTube for you probably the same night or the next day prior or the next day after. I don't know. I do know it will be like that most of the time, but it will be available to you soon after, if not immediately. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and thank everyone. We will continue for the remainder of the year just doing like strangers in movies and people in movies, just for the people who aren't strangers. But I will continue to do interviews, and it's just fun, and it just keeps it fresh and introduces a lot of people to the podcast. And for those who follow and keep following, and even though you didn't have to, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, this is just really fun and a close personal project for me. So if you continue to do so, thank you so much. Like I said, I wanted to give like a remainder schedule of the year. We're currently at 65 episodes up to date for in all of realism for podcast episodes. We're trying to end the year on 75 and then enter season 5 with another 25 episodes going into 2024. So I have a layout of like kind of like what reviews we're kind of aiming for, unless something else comes up, and like kind of trying to participate with other podcasts. So I might be calling it a little prematurely, but hopefully they say yes. If they say no, we'll still probably review these movies, but there are people out there that I feel like will be best to interview for these review these movies alongside. So like I said, we're at 65, so that means 10 more episodes for the remainder of the year. The movies that we're trying and TV shows that we're trying to really review are the TV show Gen V, the spinoff to The Boys TV show on Amazon Prime or Prime Video. We're going to review Loki at the end of that season for this year. We have a guest for that, a specific guest for that. I'm trying to do this collab with this podcast. They don't know, but maybe they do after this. But I will probably try to message them before I put out this video or this podcast episode. But Dream Scenario with Nick Cage. It came out in September, I believe. It's an A24 film. Looks great. But there's a local podcast, according to my friend Adam, who does Atlantic Theater free movie nights on Thursdays. So shout out Adam and the Atlantic Theater, the historic Atlantic Theater in Neptune Beach, Jacksonville, Florida. They do free movie nights every Thursday around, I think, between 6 or 7 p.m. If you haven't gone to it, it's super cool. They have discussion. If you're a movie buff or if you just like movies in general and free, and they do a lot of like old school movies that you probably never seen before. So, but anyway, shout out to Adam for doing that in our community, which is super cool, and more on that in a second. But also shout out Adam for introducing me to this podcast. It's a couple of people who are local to Jacksonville, and all they do is review Nick Cage movies, or at least in a nutshell, they review movies probably, but they're really big on Nicolas Cage. So I think Dream Scenario would be a perfect movie to review with them, especially collab. And they probably have done it already, but it would be cool just to do it in a aspect via realism. I want to do a in-depth episode of Killer of the Flower Moon. Might get more than one person because it's just such a long movie and such long content. I don't really have a specific guest for that, but if you're more than happy to do so, or you're interested, hit me up. I'm looking for people. See, we're gonna end the year with like our top 10 of 2023. We'll do some Oscar buzz and some Golden Globe, Emmy, all that award show, mostly Oscar stuff, because if you notice, we're in a new space. Obviously it's hard to notice because you can only see like 0.5 of the room. This year's Oscar party should be bigger and better because my wife and I moved into a bigger space, a new apartment, condo, but like a new place to us. So with that being said, I have my own office space. Like, I've never had that before. My wife does as well. So we tripled basically our space. We got a good deal. So shout out to our friends, Andrew and Hannah, who helped that happen. Thank you so much. To Andrew and Hannah. But I have my own studio space. We're gonna do decorate it, and we're gonna make it into like a actual like talk show vibe. I don't know. I'm feeling it out, but I have this whole room, as you can probably hear the echo, to myself, which is awesome. And I cannot wait to share this space with others and just film memorable episodes. And it's just a cool, fun update video. But yeah, I have a bunch of movie posters from what I collected over the years from my time at Cinemark, just working at a movie theater, and small and the big posters they used to put up in their huge lobby. But yeah, we're going to decorate that alongside my wife because she's really good at interior design. Shout out Golden Linen, which is her page and her personal project right now, and she's killing it. And she also has a new space, triple the space to decorate. So I'm really excited for both of us. Obviously, realism is going to take a cool turn and really just deep dive into a lot of like different aspects as far as like the space we're in, and like how to make it more homey and movie like, and that vibe for the guest and myself. So it's just going to be a fun personal project to hit on. Just a little fun little thing. But also we'll do like a top 5, no doubt. Like those are definitely going to be like the top movies of the year for me. They'll definitely be in the top 10. I don't know what place, but definitely because obviously the remainder of the year I haven't seen all the movies. Go figure. Or not yet at least. But I will definitely get a top 5 and then a top 10. Look for those episodes to be towards the end of the year. Definitely the top 10 movie episode will be placed at December 31st. I feel like that's just appropriate. It's the very last day of the year. So why not put it on the last day of the year? So expect episode 75 to come out at that time. January 1st, we'll do like a top contender. That's 2024, and that's season 5 talk, but just around that stuff. We'll do like obviously like Oscar predictions in the future, and then like a new Oscar watching party vibe. I think we might actually live stream the whole thing, and we'll have a bigger space. So, and we'll get to interview people and blah, blah, blah. I'm figuring that out, but I'm trying to figure it out now so I can do it bigger and better and have like a cool live YouTube thing or Discord or whatever I want to use. But yeah, the remainder other movies are we're gonna do like Rebel Moon. I'm thinking of a friend to do that with, like Zack Snyder's take on a rated R Star Wars film. We'll see how that goes. Maybe Napoleon. Ridley Scott is just a legendary director, as is Martin Scorsese. Killer of the Flower Moon will happen, like I said earlier. Thanksgiving, might do that. Keep the horror genre alive. Not too much, but it's just Eli Roth hasn't done a film in a while, so it'd be really cool to watch that. And plus, there's really no like Thanksgiving themed movies. Even though it's a scary slasher film, it'd be really cool just to dive into that one a little bit and just like kind of see where he's at as a filmmaker and just really just see how they do it. Like if they introduce any new concepts or way to film a slasher film. I don't know. We definitely want to keep A24 into the mix. Obviously, Dream Scenario is one of those things, but watch the Iron Claw. Zac Efron is going to be in there. Jeremy Allen White, if you've seen The Bear, the main actor in there, will be in there as well. A lot of alongside other great actors. Of course, A24 is just killing it right now. But yeah, so we can watch. There's a couple Topic Tuesday episodes that I am really excited for, that I've really gone into some thought, and I feel like it'd be like thought provoking and really a good discussion to have. And then alongside another movie buff in our community, Adam, you'll meet Adam very soon in an episode that we'll post this month. But yeah, we're going to talk about it. We'll probably be able to film in a new area since I can do this stuff mobile, as you can see on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Reels and all that. But yeah, and I'm going to post in-depth reviews, written out reviews, mostly on Letterboxd for like the movies I know people will probably want to discuss. So if you want those in-depth reviews, like I just posted one today, or at least the day of filming this video, about The Creator. I didn't post the written review on Instagram. I won't always do this, but I know that was a big talk movie. So if you want my in-depth thoughts, I want to guide people to like other social medias, especially like film social medias or movie social media, like film letter or like Letterboxd. If you want to see the written review, and if you have Letterboxd or you haven't or you don't know what Letterboxd is, I highly recommend getting on there and just keeping up with movies and what other people think about them and whatnot. If you want, no pressure, obviously. But yeah, we'll just do those. The topic I'm really excited about is like I haven't come up with the title yet, but it's like a money grabbers episode of like movies that are just made because they want to make money. But we'll get into the depth of that. It's a lot more thought provoking. It's a lot more in depth than what I just said. But again, I want you to wait to watch that one or hear that one, both. But that's pretty much it. I have a couple other episodes I want to do. I might do a reintroduce me episode. Reintroduce me? I don't think I've ever done one. I think I want to do that. I know a lot of people have started getting into the channel, and I just like don't really have anything to show for it. Really an in-depth talk about like why realism exists, why it's called realism, what it is exactly, who am I, how did I get into film, and all that. And I haven't really like honed in on that. I don't know if many people are interested in that, but I will find out soon enough. So look out for that. But that's pretty much it. That was just like a calendar kind of update video that I wanted to do for those who watch and listen still. So just keep an eye out for those. We'll announce them as we go. If you don't follow us on our social medias, by all means, please do it. Engage with us. It helps us get discovered more. And with algorithms these days, it's tough. But I want to put in the work and I want to do good work for you. So the more traction we get, I feel like the more opportunity we'll have and the more that we can do. And the more we can interact with those who are out there that are willing to interact and talk about movies on an in-depth level. So thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. Leave us a good review, a 5-star review. It definitely helps. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, like I said, Letterboxd. We have a Facebook page as well. So if you're old school or a little more old school, definitely shout us out. Definitely give us a follow on there. It's a lot. I'll try to get it honed in. And I did post all our social medias on our Instagram. So you can check them out there. So thank you so much for listening. This has been Realism Podcast. So long live cinema. Peace.